All right, we're back with the Overtime podcast.
Should I
This
stop
is
playing my game?
uh, if you watched As Above, So Below and stuck it out to the end, you would hear Tyler mention that he wanted to watch this horror comedy. This is it. Boba Ho-Tep, I think that's how you pronounce it. From
Bubba Ho-Tep
from 2003,
fucking flies the Bubba. It's the Ho-Tep.
starring Bruce Campbell. Our first movie we've watched with Bruce Campbell on this. The B movie star.
Royalty, right? The king.
Royalty, yeah. Uh,
I mean, hail to the king, baby.
hell yeah.
I was thinking that too.
The whole time I was like, when is he gonna say it? I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was one of the worst fucking movies I've ever watched in my entire life. The whole time I was watching it, I was like, what is this shit?
I'll fucking end you, all right?
I'm giving this first time on the show. I'm giving this shit a 1.
You need to watch it again, I think.
I was
Maybe
like,
2 or 3
honestly,
times.
I watched it, and after it was ended, I was like, did I miss something? I was like, maybe I was like zoned out or something. So
What do you think, Vex?
I would give it like a 4 out of 10. I would never watch it again, but it
Yeah.
was definitely like a fun little 80-minute watch.
It gets better the more you watch it.
oh,
So I watched it like 2 or 3 times.
I had the opposite.
How many times did you watch it?
Oh, you mean the more times you watch the movie?
Yeah.
I thought you
Yeah.
meant the longer the movie goes on.
No. Like if you watch it a couple times, like it's so funny. He's talking about that fucking sore in his dick.
That's the
Anyway, well, we haven't got to spoilers. I'm supposed to just
Yeah.
rank it. I give it like a 7 out of 10. I'm not going to give it like a 10 out of 10 or nothing like that.
yeah.
There's a lot of parts that could be better, but
All right. Well, spoiler warning for Bubba Ho-Tep. Yeah, I guess we'll talk about the beginning of this movie, which coincides with our favorite and worst part of the movie bit. Because that was my favorite part of the movie, was him. I wrote it down. It was dreaming about the sore on the head of my dick, seeing if it had filled with pus again. If it had, I was gonna name it after my ex-wife and bust it by jerking off. I was like, all right, this movie's gonna be something.
I was dreaming. Dreaming my dick was out, and I was checking to see if that infected bump on the head of it had filled with pus again. If it had, I was going to name that bump after my ex-wife, Scylla, and bust it by jacking off.
Bruce Campbell's portrayal of Elvis was so good.
Yeah.
It was
Even as
pretty
fake
cool.
Elvis, he was good. Like as Sebastian Shaw or whatever.
Mhm.
It was
Yeah.
masterful.
Yeah.
I thought that was
Awesome.
like the coolest scene where it showed him like pull up in that car with those dudes and like walk in
Mm-hmm.
and like it was like was that supposed to be the real king or just another good impersonator who was like
The skinny one was the one eating the pie was a fake one.
Yeah.
okay.
And the guy going in was the real one. But then when they came out,
Okay.
the fake one came out dressed as
Yeah.
the real one, and vice versa.
Can I
Gotcha.
ask you, do you think like that's his story about it and that's how he says he's the king or whatever, but then the lady claims that he's just the impersonator or whatever.
Yeah,
Do you think there's any chance that that is just all in his head and like he's not really the king?
the thing is, I think that's what it is. Like when you watch it, you're like, "This isn't really Elvis," but
Yeah.
it is. Like
Yeah.
it is Elvis, and the black guy's actually JFK.
JFK. Yeah.
So it's like when you watch it, you're like, "Well, that's obviously not the right people, right?" But it is.
I
So
I like with JFK though, instead of it being like they put him inside of a black person's body, he just always goes, "Yeah, they dyed me this way."
bad man. And he's always talking about that packet of sand.
Yeah, the
He's
pack
like,
of
"What do you
sand.
expect? I'm thinking with a little bit of sand."
Yeah.
So it was so good. I don't know how you didn't like this movie and you like Society. I think it's that type of comedy horror is hard to do.
Yeah.
That being said, there was a couple times in this movie where I jumped, where shit got me. So
There was one that got me was near the end of the movie when they're fighting the dude, and there's a part where like Ash is, or God, I'm gonna be calling him Ash a lot in this movie. Where
Yeah, that makes sense.
where Elvis is like behind the tree, and then the dude like pops out from the corner of the tree, and it makes like some loud noise. I was like, ah, jump back a little bit, but
That scene where the thing walks by him in the hall, and when Ash like looks at him and then like sees like his whole like history,
Yeah.
that was a pretty cool fucking scene.
that was one of the coolest parts of this movie.
Yeah, for
Kemosabe
sure.
came out with "fuck you, asshole."
Yeah,
Yeah,
So, yeah. Fucking heart
So
attack
good.
and died. Hey, the director of this movie, by the way, I don't know how to pronounce his fucking last name. Don Coscarelli. He's also the guy who directs all the Phantasm movies.
yeah.
So
This bug's attracted to the light.
yeah, and the Beastmaster.
I don't think I've ever seen. I never saw Phantasm.
I watched Phantasm. I didn't watch any of the sequels though. Also, I'm noticing he directed a video short, Dio, The Last in Line.
Hey,
Shout out to that. But yeah. You
I don't know what. Okay,
okay?
I'm gonna hit y'all up with this early on about your favorite and least favorite parts of the movie.
Okay.
Word, hit me with it.
Well, I said that the busting the pimple on his dick or whatever was my favorite part, but since I already talked about that, my second favorite part has to be the dramatic fucking shot of them coming around the corner, like walking, and he's like limping, and the dude's in the wheelchair and shit.
Slowly.
Yeah, yeah, that was real good. And then worst part, I don't know. Worst part, I'll say when dude asked him, where he's like, between you and me, how was Marilyn Monroe in the sack? And like the guy's like,
I like that
the
part.
guy's like, wow. Like I was like,
Yeah.
I expected. What did he say?
He goes, "That's top secret information."
Yeah.
But between you and me, wow.
Yeah.
And then he turns
Yeah.
around and scoots off.
I don't know what I was expecting there, but I don't know what it was, but I was like, I feel like that could have been done a little bit better. But there
really
you go. There's my least and favorite.
I just got one last question. Marilyn. Oh, come on, man. Marilyn Monroe? What's she like in a sack?
That is classified information. Top secret. But between you and me, wow.
All right, Bags, you're up.
Let's see. My favorite part. I don't know, probably the first time he was like, I don't know, some kind of Bubba Ho-Tep. I don't know, that shit always been.
He's like, man, that Bubba Ho-Tep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so good.
And the least favorite part, that fucking scene where they were fighting the guy outside and like the guy's chair, he was like casually like, whoa, like waiting for the chair. I was like, what's happening? Like, and the chair like scooped him on the way by.
Yeah, he was like, whoa.
Yeah, I was fucking confused.
All right, y'all ready for a mind blower?
Okay.
My favorite scene and least favorite scene are the same.
Yeah.
So there's a part where he's standing outside and he's about to go down to the creek. The crick?
The crick,
where the,
yeah.
The crick, that's what I call it.
The nurse lady comes out and she's like, "Oh, we gotta take care of you or whatever." And he was like, "Listen, you son of a bitch, stop patronizing me." And he just goes off
Yeah.
on the nurse. And he was like, "I'll wrap this fucking walker around your face or whatever."
Yeah.
You fuck off, you patronizing bitch. I'm sick of your shit. I'll lube my own crankshaft from now on. You treat me like a baby again, I'll wrap this goddamn walker right around your head.
And I was laughing, but I was like, "There's no reason for him to be this mad at this lady at all."
Yeah.
I was like, it makes no sense in the movie, and I was like, it's so good though.
Yeah. Well, wasn't it just a scene before that where she like came to pop the shit on his dick and then it got
Yeah.
hard and he was like, "Come on, tug it a little bit."
Yeah, he was like, "You want to get in that shower with me?" and stuff like that. And she was like, "Ooh."
Yeah.
So like, there's no reason for her to be mad at her, but he was. So,
Did you think that blonde chick was gonna have a bigger part in this movie?
dude, she was so smoking hot for no reason.
Well, she had to be there to give Elvis a boner.
No, just a little flirt, like a
Yeah.
dying pigeon. It's so
Yeah.
all his lines are so
Uh,
good.
oh yeah, wasn't he like, now get the hell out? Like after the girl was like talking to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's like I said, there's a lot in this movie that like the fucking undertakers or whatever you call them, the mortuaries or whatever. When they're bringing out the
Those guys are
guys
funny.
and they're talking, and then he like fucking falls over the railing
Yeah.
with the body. It was like whoa. They like play a sound effect even. I was like, that's so
Yeah.
good. They're like, add casual. So
His friend was like, "You're a fucking idiot."
yeah,
Like after you.
Yeah. You remember the fucking old lady in the beginning who she like goes
Oh.
at her friends in the iron lung and shit?
fills
And
her
she like
glasses.
rubs her head and then looks around and the other old lady's like, no. Steals the fucking glasses. Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like she stole another gift too off
Yeah.
some table
Yeah.
that was not hers.
And then that's when we see that fucking beetle for the first time that everyone calls a cockroach. And
If I saw that, I'd be so scared.
right?
Like,
It's
what the
huge.
fuck? Yeah.
It like bites the shit out of her, and she's like, "Ah!" Like flips the fuck out.
There's a scene where Elvis is telling, I guess, the administrator, the guy in charge, and he was like, "Were you awake or asleep?" Well, I was asleep. Then I woke up because the fucking bugs, and he
Yeah.
just keeps going on about the bugs. And it's just good. He's like, "I don't fucking know, man."
Yeah.
Like,
Well, then when he fights it, he's like, "That is one big ass cockroach." Like,
Oh, when he stabbed it with like a fork or some
that's
shit.
the weirdest fork I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, it was like some type of serious, like it was like a Thanksgiving style.
Yeah,
fucking
it was like
thing. Whatever
serving
that's called.
or something. Yeah.
there's a part where when he's fighting that the beetle's like crawling up the wall, and it looks like some shit where they attach it to a track and they're like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, nothing in this was supposed to like fool you, right? You're never like, wow,
Yeah,
how
no.
they did it. I mean, the whole thing was about a mummy who sucks people's souls out of their assholes.
Out of their assholes, yeah.
So it's like,
I didn't know that until I fucking read it right before I threw it on. I didn't know that detail about it.
Oh, I didn't know it till I was watching it. He's like, "Yeah, I woke up with his asshole over my mouth." It's like, what? Apparently, that's how they get the soul out. Hey, this movie had a budget of $1 million, by the way.
nice.
Which I've seen conflicting information. I've seen $1 million, and then I've seen only about $500,000. So, and it was straight to video, so I couldn't find any, how much it made or whatever.
That's a
This
shame.
is from 2003.
Yeah.
I'm
17
surprised
years.
I never heard about it.
Yeah, a guy I play Conan with named Pygon told me about it.
Yeah.
And then I watched the trailer and I was like, this will be good. We should watch this.
I always knew that he played like Elvis in some movie, but I never knew what it was.
Did y'all notice that they couldn't use the name or the face of Elvis, like his likeness?
Yeah.
So when they showed the movies, they did not show him at all.
Yeah.
And parts with him, it was like the back of his head,
Yeah.
but it wasn't obviously him.
I saw that they said that even though like the movie's about Elvis, they couldn't use any of his music because it would have cost about half of the budget just to use one song. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Fucking.
All right, we wrapping it up.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
No, it's an enjoyable movie. Like I said, if you watch it, drinking a couple beers, you'll have fun. I don't know how Thomas didn't. I think Thomas was taking it too seriously. I don't know.
No,
To
I was ready for the comedy, but the comedy never came for me.
It was like a dark comedy. It wasn't like like a slapstick.
Yeah.
Like some parts were right, but
Yeah. I
don't
like
know.
the line where when he fucking calls up JFK and he's like, A wise man once said, "Ask not what your rest home can do for you, what your rest home can do." Wait, I fucked it all up.
That's not what your restroom could do for you, but you could do for your rest home or whatever.
Yeah, and he's
And
like,
he's
"You're
like, "You're
stealing my
stealing my-"
lines." Yeah,
That's a really good part too. Like JFK dies, and he hands him the letter,
Mm.
and then he reads it. He's like, "This shit don't even fucking rhyme that well," and he like gets all mad about it.
Yeah,
And I was like, "Oh, so good."
he's fucking dying at the end, and he's like, thank you very much." And then it just slowly fades to black.
The ending was real bad.
The ending
Like,
was, yeah.
What about when the mummy was hitting Elvis in the head with that rock or whatever stick?
Uh-huh.
That looked like the realest shit I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Because he's sitting there and Elvis is like, "No, no," and he's like, "Bah!" and like he really hit him.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the
This
fuck?
dude gets set on fire like 3 goddamn times. Every time I'm like,
my
that's
God.
it. He won.
Did I miss something? Why was he dressed like a cowboy?
I don't know. He was like a cowboy Egyptian dude.
The best part was with the fucking Lone Ranger, and he sees him, and he's like, he slowly
Yeah.
reaches for his guns, and he's like, "Fuck
Yeah.
you, ass!" Fuck. So, I'm telling you, there's a
Yeah.
lot of slow points though, like to where you're just like, okay,
What was
like I don't care about Priscilla or any of that.
Did they ever explain what the deal was with the Beatles? Like, I get they like the Beatles had something to do with when they fucking yanked a piece of his brain out through his nose and shit. But I don't remember like if they ever played a part in the story besides just being fucking freaky.
I don't know. But
Yeah.
it just died like right away. So
I like the Mummy's animated subtitles. Where every time they talk and come out. What was the one where he called him
Yeah.
like a shit eater or something? It was like a dude bent
I knew
over.
it was this red asshole or something.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It was crazy. Like the whole movie's really weird, but like I don't know. Like I said, I dug it.
Yeah. Before Bruce Campbell accepted the role of Elvis, he only had one question for director Don Coscarelli. Are you going to show the penis? That was his one question. And I don't think they ever show the dick in this movie, do they? So
Well, it makes sense. Like I was like, was Elvis known for like a big pee-pee? But I guess they're talking about the
No.
thing on the tip of his dick or whatever. So
yeah.
Ash could like barely fucking move in this
Oh,
movie.
yeah.
Like there was a scene where he like plopped back in bed and he was like, ah, ah.
well, he had just went down that hill and came back up. Remember?
Mm.
Yeah, which was crazy because when he walked down that hill, I was thinking the whole time, I was like, man, how the fuck's he gonna get up that hill? And then it cut to him like
Yeah.
walking into his room.
And then show him trying to get back up.
The bad part is,
Yeah.
if you look, when he's going down the hill, there's marks from where they did the scene like 2 or 3 times. You can see like where he was walking before that.
Yeah.
But like I said, nothing in this movie holds up. Like if you really look at
Did
it,
they say how old his character was? Ash?
well, it had to be after the Kennedy assassination in '67,
Yeah. So when was
and
he?
that
just
chick
wondering how
was
old
like
he was.
He was-
obviously '90s hot.
So Elvis was born in the 30s. So let's say this took place when the movie came out in 03. I think he was
break
born
it
in
down.
35. So fucking 65. So about 70. He's probably like 68,
Okay.
69. There you go. The only reason I know this
Gotcha.
is because my grandma was born like a week before him or some shit.
That's her claim to fame.
That's
She's
what she
born
always
weak.
liked to say. Yeah. She's like, I was born a week before him.
It's gonna be a real sparse funeral. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey, a prequel titled Bubba Nosferatu, Curse of the She-Vampires has been in the works for years. But I did read an interview with Bruce Campbell where he was like, yeah, it's probably not going to happen.
well, he made it famous after that. He did like a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
And as much as I love Bruce Campbell, I hear he's kind of an asshole now.
He's like, I keep calling Sam, trying to get him to shoot this fucking
Yeah.
thing, but he won't call me.
Yeah.
For some reason, he's not answering. Yeah. But I mean, there's no one.
Was Sam Raimi's name anywhere on this?
I
No,
don't
Was
think
he like
so.
a producer?
I'm trying to figure out where
I
they
had-
spent that $1 million.
I don't know.
That's a good question.
It's got to be just Ash, right?
Yeah, just to get Bruce Campbell. Because
They're
by
like,
then,
"Fine."
Evil Dead had already done its trilogy. Fucking. Has Burn Notice started? He's in Burn Notice, right?
Yeah, I think at the same time.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah, that's right.
Hey, shout out, by the way,
shout out.
to the homie Brian Tyler, who did all the music for this movie. And the music for this movie was fucking kick ass. I liked it the whole time. Like, it was like dramatic and shit. Like, I remember when Ash is dying, it was like kicking in or something. I was like, man, this music has been good this whole fucking time. So shout out to him. He did like Iron Man 3 and a bunch of shit. He does a bunch of fucking movies. There you go. That's all I wanted.
I have no comment on the, yeah,
I wanted to
didn't-
give a shout out to Brian Tyler.
Where he's
Yeah.
doing his thing in Hollywood. He's getting
sure
a check.
he's like a billionaire. Yeah.
Probably. Yeah. Let's see. One more fact.
I kind of okay. So you're editing this video, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want you to watch this movie again and have like a couple Stellas. Maybe have
a sixer.
yeah, like
With
really put one on, and then watch this again and like just
I like to imagine I do this, and then the podcast goes, and then at the end, it's just me going, no. Like, being like, no, I didn't change.
Feel like this movie was shit either way.
Yeah.
see. It's weird because like I would say get drunk for it, but it doesn't matter because it's kind of like you have to pay
Yeah,
attention.
like,
You have to listen and shit.
yeah.
So I don't think being drunk would make it better.
No.
I don't know. It was good stuff.
The book, The Everyday Man or Woman's Book of the Soul, shown in the film, is open to Chapter 7, The Soul Sucker. The text of this chapter, readable on 3 pages, is lifted from the beginning of an H.P. Lovecraft 1927 work, Supernatural Horror in Literature.
Mm.
There you go. Seems like we mention H.P. Lovecraft in like every fucking...
Well, he's the godfather of everything, right?
Yeah, so throw him in there too.
Well, of horror. No, let's not say everything.
No, of everything.
I thought that Mustafa guy was the Godfather.
He's the godfather of
Remember
Halloween. Yeah.
Oh shit,
Yeah.
Mustafa, you
Little
son of a
Mustafa.
bitch.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
He is dead, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I got one right.
Yeah, that was the only reason I brought him up in that thing. It's because you got...
You're going to have to take down that clock behind you. We're going to get a lot of complaints.
Oh, yeah? You can't
What?
see the name, though. It's all right.
Yeah, but you could see the obvious, very big Indian on it.
Nah.
And the one, you're going to have to take down all that stuff. now.
Nope. I'm leaving it up. I'm just gonna
Fucking rebel.
I'm just gonna throw an ugly yellow W over it.
His
My grandma
horse-
was like, cause she always thinks anyone's out to like shoot people and shit, and she was like, yeah, she was like, are you gonna be able to drive around with the thing over your license plate, or is someone gonna try to, get mad at you? And I was like, what the fuck? Like,
With what? The Redskins?
yeah.
Mm.
Oh, I get it. I was
Yeah.
like, wait, why would they be upset? But
You come home and there's like arrows sticking in the back of your car or some shit. Like, what's going to happen?
Yeah. I don't know what she
I don't know.
thinks.
People get
sometimes.
upset about stuff nowadays, so who knows?
are they changing the name?
Yeah, to the Washingtons.
To the watch.
That's what they are this season.
They just
And
come
then
out and like fucking those white.
Yeah, they kind of look like Nebraska's. Anyways, what are we do? Getting off subject here.
Yeah, well, it's overtime. That's what we do.
So yeah, this is how overtime goes.
Yeah.
So all right. So now the next overtime, do we have to watch an Evil Dead or Army of Darkness to make up for to really compare his two finest features?
Oh no.
Or Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, yeah.
I mean, I do hate
Wasn't
spiders,
he
but I don't know if that's much of
Wasn't
a.
he he was the banker.
He's the guy.
And,
No, he's the dude who
He's the
announces
announcer.
them. Yeah, when he's fighting Macho Man in the cage.
What's your name, kid?
oh,
He's the guy that gives him the name Spider-Man. Yeah.
He's like, I'm Arachno
I
boy.
thought-
He's like, what?
I thought he was in this bank scene.
No.
That's
Maybe
the
I'm
second
thinking.
one. That's the second.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like a security guard or something. And he's like, watch out. Or something.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Oh.
but I don't know. I mean, unless y'all have another idea for the next. There was a show that Homegirl told me to watch. I don't remember what it was named, but it's another campy film like this that's generally seen as being bad but amazingly good. Has a guy from Cheers in it, Norm, and they're like aliens from outer
Norm.
space, and they come and they vacation here or something. But I don't know.
The Vacation.
Mm,
I'll look it
I
up.
haven't heard of it based off
Yeah.
of that at least. Maybe I have.
It's some crazy shit, but like I said, I don't know.
One more thing I'll mention, just because we haven't talked
Well-
about it yet. I did like the scene where fucking Elvis walks in and dude's laying on the ground. He's like, Jim, or whatever his name is. And then finally he's like, Mr. Kennedy. And the guy's like, like finally turns around. Yeah.
Didn't that guy have a bunch of fucking Babe Ruths in his drawer too?
Yeah.
And Paydays.
Oh yeah, paydays.
Yeah.
I'll have one of those paydays.
Yeah.
I
So
haven't had a fucking payday in years.
we actually have special stuff happening in October, right?
Yeah. I think.
I don't
Are
know
we
if you
going to
wanna
do it?
announce it or whatever. Yeah, I'm down.
Okay. I
But,
only say that because I saw you were making your next movie pick, but next week we would have to start the special stuff.
Are we just gonna do that on the side, like a special podcast? Or are we gonna do it as a Friday, like whatever, exclusive, whatever?
I was just gonna make it the whole thing.
Oh, so just all month?
Yeah,
We'll
all
just do
month,
nothing.
just
Okay. All right,
Friday,
yeah.
Monday. Yeah. Hey,
Sounds good.
tune in next week to find out what that is. Look at that. That's how you tease the folks.
Okay, I mean,
Yeah.
that's good.
All right. All right. Well, next week, new announcement of what we're doing in October. If you think about it a little bit, it's probably not too hard to figure out. but
We're gonna watch.
Are we screening all the Halloweens for Halloween?
Hey, tune in next week. We're gonna tell you what it is. Yeah, it's when we're doing Halloween. Right? I'll leave that in. That was funny.
That might be it. That might be what.
That
we're doing.
that might be it. But
Word.
yeah. Thanks for listening to the the Bubba Ho-Tep podcast.
Bubba Ho-Tep.
Yeah.
I just
What
don't.
kind of Bubba
The dude was so good as being Elvis. I wish he would have done like an Elvis movie,
Yeah.
like a real one.
Yeah, I wish like this fucking movie wasn't in this nursing home, and it was like he was like retired in like a neighborhood or something, and like it was- I don't know.
I think I went into it expecting like, cause you set us up for it on Friday or whatever. With you were like, oh,
Shit.
you were like, they're fighting this Egyptian fucking dude or whatever, and it's all this shit. And I think I expected them to like leave the home, and like it'd be them roaming the streets and like JFK or Elvis or some shit. But then it's like an hour and 10 minutes of them just sort of crippling around this nursing home, and then like the 15
Yeah,
minute
bro.
fights where we
didn't even
haven't
talk about
we haven't
the
mentioned.
bathroom scene.
Oh, it was like Cleopatra is a whore or something.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, apparently, from what the guy Pygon was telling me, is that apparently the oldest joke known in like history of man is a joke in a bathroom in a pyramid in Egypt.
Mm.
So that was supposed to be like it mocking it or fucking
Yeah.
throw to it or whatever.
Oh.
So,
I thought you were gonna say how we haven't mentioned every time Elvis started to fight, he would just be like, "Whoa,"
he'd be like, whoa,
doing the
whoa,
Elvis
whoa.
shit. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Good stuff, man. Good
Yeah.
stuff. I mean, that's just how Elvis was.
yeah.
I think maybe I don't know. Elvis is cool.
Elvis was cool. Shame he had to shit himself to death on the toilet.
That didn't happen. That's some urban myth.
Listen, my papa told me that's what happened.
Can we go about all the stuff your papa lies about?
No, he
Oh.
never.
Let's be honest. He doesn't lie.
No, he thinks he's.
He thinks he's telling the truth. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like, I saw this on Facebook.
Yeah.
He was like, share this with 5 people, and you'll get $100.
Yeah.
So,
So,
still
hey,
waiting.
all right.
But yeah, I don't know what the next overtime is going to be, or if there's going to be one. Well, there's going to be one.
There's gonna be one, yeah. Well, I mean, technically,
Mm.
the Halloweens, I'll title them as overtime on Monday.
The what?
The special things we're doing in October.
Okay.
Title.
I wouldn't call them overtime. I would call them like just spectacular or something.
Yeah.
I'll come up with a name for it. Yeah,
Okay.
because these overtimes are kind of like loosey goosey, easy go with.
Yeah.
Like, these are gonna be like more like Friday things, but you get extras.
Yeah.
Look, my air conditioning kicked on, so my shit's moving.
Mm-hmm. Flapping
Nice.
in the breeze. Oh, all right. Well, thanks for listening.
I'm glad I said that before we ended.
Yeah.
You know, glad
Yeah.
to point out
Happy to
that's
get that in.
So,
Hey, like, share, subscribe. Go check out fucking As Above, So Below. That shit just came out.
no, it didn't. Oh, yeah, it did.
Yeah.
When this comes, never
Yeah.
mind.
Hey,
I'm-
Friday this week, tune in for I Know What You Did Last Summer. I gotta throw that on there later. Fucking watch it.
So hold on, before we end this, my movie that I was going to pick, that I was going to make everyone watch finally,
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's considered a horror movie.
No, it's definitely a horror
Oh
movie.
yeah.
I don't know. I think I'm going to save that for an overtime. But
Wow. But that
just
would
'cause we've
it
seen
wouldn't Maverick's the only one that hasn't seen it though. So he's the only reason it would be good on Sunday.
Yeah, but I think this movie needs to be talked about.
It does, because it's the greatest fucking movie ever made.
Of the 19th century. So,
Wait. Oh, yeah. I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Anyway.
fire and all cylinders. I haven't been to bed. I've been up for like 30 hours.
Yeah.
Holy shit, bro.
Hey, man, Conan doesn't sleep.
Conan and cocaine.
Conan.
Uh,
I do cocaine.
All right. Thanks for
Awesome.
watching. See you next time.